You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Nope.
Backlog boys.
No, probably not. Hey.
How we doing?
I think
The boys are back.
we're
still doing this mission.
We are.
I mean, personally, we're doing great. I don't know how we're doing in this game. But
We're doing pretty good in this
I'm
game.
drinking a seltzer, and it feels so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boylan Raspberry Seltzer. It's just like the exact amount of bubbles that I want. Like lots and lots of bubbles. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't have that like strong, bitter bite that a lot of seltzer has. That's too much for some people, and only sometimes too much for me. I mean, there's no better way to feel refreshed than like the sensation of like the heavily carbonated bubbly water without the like thickness that the sugar and syrup brings. Like you take all that out and it's just like you know when you're really actually thirsty.
Yeah.
Like not like when you want water, but like actually when you need water, and your whole body is like telling you need water, and it's hot, and you get like clear, crisp, beautiful cold water, and
it's like the best thing you've ever had.
And it feels like you could just never stop drinking it.
Yep.
And like your body,
Or like you wake up from like a night of like
maybe hot sleep.
yeah, and you wake up and you're just dry,
Yeah,
and then you get that huge glass of water. You just
yeah,
whole thing.
yeah, and your body's like
Yeah.
telling you like you should never stop drinking this.
Yes.
like because you need it.
And it feels good.
Yeah. It's like I can kind of get that sensation from seltzer without having to be in that actually parched state. Like
Really?
it's like slightly more euphoric than just drinking
Well, you
cold
you're a
water
seltzer man.
recreationally.
More than I am.
I am not. I mean, I can't say I'm a seltzer man in that I prefer it to sugary sodas. I feel like if you're a seltzer man, you prefer it over sugary sodas. Because those guys are out there. I know them.
Do you have special thoughts about them?
I
or-
sympathize with them.
Okay.
I would
You're not
li-
like adamantly opposed to what they stand for.
No, absolutely not. I see myself one day becoming a seltzer man in an effort to be healthier and give up sugar altogether at some point in my life. Mm-hmm. It makes it less scary.
Yes.
Because I think I would miss the bubbles more than I would miss the sugar.
Dude, he's getting crits all day.
Joshua?
Yeah.
Joshua.
I have a theory as to why,
Oh, really?
but I can't tell you that yet.
Okay.
Sorry to stonewall you there.
Yeah. But yeah, the bubbly sensation from the seltzer is just great. And then the slight bit of raspberry flavoring is a nice little touch. But yeah, 2 ingredients, carbonated water,
I'm going to get some of this lemonade here.
natural raspberry flavor. Yeah, Vaughn is still nursing his little butt crack peach lemonade.
You think Nintendo listens to us? It's
good stuff.
I mean, we know the answer to that. but-
Nintendo?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a chance that somebody who works at Nintendo has listened to us.
So I have... Okay, Splatoon 2 is super fun,
Yes.
but there's one thing that has to change.
Okay.
You
we actually forgot to address this. There were some immediate concerns with Splatoon 2 that Nintendo has already corrected, and that's very admirable.
Do you know what those are? Because there's been several patches.
Well, we talked about how much fun we had at that party doing and how easy it was to matchmake. That did not exist from the get-go.
Really?
There was no way to link up with your friends.
No way at all?
No, you just had to go online and just like hope.
Wow.
I don't think that menu existed right off the bat.
That's insane.
I could be wrong.
That's insane.
And it was like a glaring error that was addressed by like early access streamers and things like that.
Okay.
And Nintendo added it right away.
Okay. Well, if they're listening to this group of Nintendo advocates
here comes Vaughn.
It's not a shot. It's just a...
shade.
It's not shade. It's... You've got to be able to change weapons in between battles.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Like, that's... And equipment. You should not have to log off of whatever session you're in.
Yeah.
Go all the way back to the home screen, change your weapons there,
and then have to
log back on, find your friends, wait for the battle they're in to finish, to hope to get a spot back in.
Yeah, it'd be really nice to be able to save like favorite loadouts and be able to swap between them. Like even if cool too, even if they limited you to like 2 or 3 of them, instead of just letting you have access to your full equipment menu.
Yeah.
Even if you
just boiled like
could pick from like
down like
1,
that.
2, or 3
that'd still be nice.
Pre-selected favorites. Yeah, it would be really nice. I think it's coming. I think they'll do something like that.
What you just said is a good sign that hopefully they'll recognize that.
They're paying attention.
Because I know the patches also had balancing in them. Like there were some weapons that were super OP in like at the point of the game where I never touched it because I hadn't had it yet. You know, I think there hasn't been a patch since I've gotten it. But
it is. I mean, some people still need more convincing, and some people are only recently convinced that Nintendo is paying attention. But I've long since been convinced that they've been paying attention and responding.
And you know, I
think they're the best of the big 3 at doing that. But I just could be biased.
Though there are some things that they
deliberately ignore.
Yes, such as like, hey, we want voice chat, and they're like, we're not going to give it to you.
Right.
That's something. I mean, I don't really know.
Get your Mother 3 memes ready. You know, things like that, where it's like they definitely know that people want it, but they're still making a conscious choice that doesn't agree with it.
Yeah.
But I do think that they are very actively out there. Like they have employees dedicated to seeking out that type of consumer criticism and taking it to heart.
Okay.
Like there's people out there watching streamers that are high profile, or that people have said, hey, this person is respectable.
Listen to him.
And I think Nintendo is going out there and listening to those people. Influencers, if I dare use that word, is much of a gross taste it puts in my mouth.
Movers and shakers.
Yeah, exactly. They're out there. I think they are out there under the radar.
Some buzzword that a magazine writes about.
Listening to them, paying attention to them, and trying to find out things that people actually want. I think that's part of the way that the new president has been able to execute so much success in such a short amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
Is because those people that I'm talking about that are out there listening to these influencers have been compiling all this information, but perhaps nothing has been done with it under the, quote, old regime that was a little more conservative. And I can just see him walking into this, like, vault.
Dude, just one-shots. He just doesn't he can hit him twice if he wanted to. Doesn't need it.
Yeah. Insurance, baby.
God, dude. So good.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, I'm just picturing Kimishima walking into this like vault, or like thumbing through this file cabinet of just archives and archives of information that's like, people really want this, and people really want this, and people really want this. A lot of people have been asking for this. And he's just like, swiping it across his desk and like, stamp, 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 do it.
That's a great image.
You know, like, oh, you want a Kirby game? Boom. You want a Yoshi? Boom.
Advanced words, please.
Yeah. Fix this bug in Splatoon? Boom. Star Fox? Boom. You know, like.
And I'm not saying that I don't think they'll do it.
That's what I'm picturing at the top of Nintendo right now.
But that's like, that's a huge one that just like games since the Xbox One, like the Xbox original and like PS2 have been able to do that online. You know, right. It should be something you should.
Where people are, Nintendo is so blatantly showing their lack of experience.
Yeah.
In these areas,
like it should have been.
It's good that they're responding to these consumers so quickly.
Yes, and I think they will,
and openly.
I think that's something that will change if something like friend matchmaking wasn't even possible before, and they put that in there now. That gives me hope that they'll,
as far as I know,
catch up. So,
according to the account of somebody that I watched play the game in early access, the feature did not exist, and they were specifically saying, "Please put this in," and then boom, it happened.
Okay, that's a good sign. Yeah, that's a really good sign.
That's a very good sign,
and especially since this is like their first online game for this console. Well, that has huge
exclusive to this console.
Yes, that is their own. It's their game.
Yeah,
it's not like Rocket League,
Mario Kart,
or Mario Kart.
Yeah,
which already existed.
Right,
Mario Kart 8 already existed.
Right. And I think was the most online played game on the Wii U.
Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, far and away. Just because it came, well, I guess besides Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Because it came pretty late in the life cycle compared to Splatoon 1.
Dude, we just cleared that room.
Yeah, dude, let's get this mission done.
No damage. Oh, we did take a little bit of damage.
This is a 3-dog night.
Yeah, we're almost there. This room's just kind of, or this one's just kind of a slow grind.
Yeah, all these corridors really slows it down. But yeah, this mission doesn't seem nearly as challenging as some of the previous ones.
Yeah, because it's all compartmentalized, so it's pretty easy to get through. Yeah.
One room at a time. What up, Ross?
That won't be the case in 2 chapters, I'll warn you.
Yeah, these environments seem much more manageable than the big open outdoor environments where people can get surrounded.
Like the last one was tough. The one where we're just out in the field and Pablo comes from the left and Bruce Willis from the right.
Dude, that was legendary.
Can you just throw that up real quick? Just a little. And it's gone.
Sure.
Because that was a legendary edit, I gotta say.
That was a fun Photoshop to make. I've done a lot of Photoshops for this show. That was
a good one.
That was a fun one. It's always nice when you we talk about something like that where it's like, oh, that guy looks like that guy. Mm-hmm. And then I go into the editing phase and you find a picture that lines up really well with like
the stars are aligning.
Some other picture, and it's just like, wow, this is like match made in heaven. This is too easy. I guess it makes me wonder if maybe my brain is subliminally remembering the 2 different things, and that's where the relationship is being strengthened from. Mm-hmm. But probably not. I ain't some kind of savant genius. Garrett getting a roll.
Yeah, that was good.
Call him butter.
Oh,
more guys.
We're here.
More duds.
A little late to the party, but
Yeah.
More duds.
Yeah.
But not dads.
Not dads. We don't kill dads.
No.
We got to give a shout out to a new dad.
We do.
Yeah.
Someone who I really want to meet someday.
You hear that, Wesley? Vaughn wants to meet you.
Oh, there's no how do I? Here we go. Okay. Getting used to.
Vaughn's using a different Game Boy controller.
Yeah, it took me off guard
previous
for
episode
a second
because his SP died. So now he's using an original Game Boy Advance.
For a second, I was like,
which is my preferred model. What were you trying to find?
The R.
You couldn't find R?
Well, because I looked and it blended. I thought it was part of the side for a second.
Like it just wasn't there.
I never owned one of these, so
that's my preferred model.
Strength.
That's my preferred model of the Game Boy. Good job, Joshua. But yes, shout outs to Wesley. He's one of our fellow boys.
I want to meet you.
But now he's a dad. So Wesley, how are you going to handle this? How are you going to be a boy and a dad at the same time?
Because we know other dads.
We do. We know the mega dads.
We know the mega dads, but they're exclusively dads.
They're exclusively dads. They are definitely not boys.
They're
honorary boys because they're our buds, but
from what we can see they were boys and then they became dads. That was the trajectory.
Right.
But Wesley, what are you gonna?
So if anybody can be a boy and a dad at the same time, it's gonna be Wesley. So let us know how that tumultuous balance between boy and dad is going. But no, seriously, congrats to you, man.
Congrats. The boys love.
Wesley just put out an album as well that he produced in an insanely short amount of time as a challenge.
Oh, wow.
I think it was 2 weeks.
A whole album?
Yeah. Wrote from songwriting to mastering process.
I thought it was just gonna be the mastering and
no.
Okay, that's a lot.
He wrote the songs, recorded the songs, mixed and mastered the songs, all in 2 or 3 weeks. Insane short amount of time.
Yeah, that is insane.
Wesley is a super talented vocalist, as well as I'm pretty sure a budding multi-instrumentalist. I think he dabbles in some instruments as well, but super talented vocalist that I went to college with. And unfortunately for us, but I'm sure fortunately for him, he moved out of Minnesota and he lives on the West Coast with his wife and now a new baby. and he posted he's been doing these like little vlog update videos about the album making process, and in one of them he was wearing his B-Boys t-shirt.
No.
And I was like,
God.
that shirt though, dude.
I need to meet him. Like,
You're that
there's every time you like something on the Backlog Boys Facebook or a tweet or like respond to something, I'm like always like,
he's hot on our trail,
meet
man.
this person.
He's hot on our trail. He's a great dude.
I don't know this man, but I want to know him.
He was in town for a very short amount of time a couple of months ago, and I was like, dude, we gotta hang out. Like, I wanted to try to get him over here to like record something or do a stream or something, or just maybe even just hang out, you know, so you guys could finally meet. But it just didn't work out, unfortunately. But it'll happen someday.
We'll find it.
It'll happen someday.
Yeah, sometime it'll happen.
I'm pretty sure I have.
I will make it. We will make it happen.
I'm pretty sure I have expressed explicitly to Wesley that we would like to have him on the show at some point.
I'm very confident he will listen to this.
I don't know if he's been watching Fire Emblem, but I'm sure he's been.
I think he'll get a. Well, because
he's been dabbling.
I know that he's come back to series before.
Oh, sure.
Like we'll get like the latent reply.
I think he watched all of Dark Cloud.
Yeah.
He might be the only person I know of that's seen all of Dark Cloud. And he was a big fan of Boys Lock, which that's our Empire Strikes Back of series. Like, most people, if they've seen a whole series,
does that hair look green to you?
It's probably that one on the cleric guy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay,
it's like booger green, like pea soup.
Yeah, not a good green.
Not a good green. Oh man, the guest bathroom of this house we stayed in while we were on the trip over the weekend, the walls in that bathroom were lime green. They were popping. Was
it like too much?
It looked like a can of Mountain Dew in there. It was crazy.
That's too much.
It kind of evoked the aesthetic of like a middle school girl.
Okay.
You know, like she's like, I'm not into pink, I'm into green. You know, she's like that cool, like somewhat tomboyish girl, but definitely still a little bit girly, who just likes really bright colors. That's kind of what it made me think of. But it's seriously kind of like a vibrant, like a 1996 Nickelodeon slime green. Like
something.
It was a powerful color.
Something my mom is very proud of is our pink bathroom at my parents' house.
I don't remember it.
It's got a pink toilet seat, which she's super proud of finding.
Just the toilet seat or the whole toilet? Because I've seen
the whole toilet is also
like a rose pink.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen those.
The
dude had one in The Big Lebowski.
Oh. Well, she's a big fan.
From what I remember, she's a big fan of The Big Lebowski.
Yes. My parents.
I'm a big fan of your mom.
My parents had a Big Lebowski themed New Year's Eve party.
What?
Yeah,
that's awesome. Your mom's pretty cool.
They're a cool bunch.
I still haven't got to hang out with your dad yet. I mean, I've never hung out with your mom, but I know her, and I don't really know your dad.
Also, your dad and my dad.
They have to meet
someday.
Next time my dad is in town, I'm like forcing that to happen.
Because it seems like they have like a lot of like musical alignment.
They do,
which my dad is super.
What year was your dad born?
67.
Okay, so my dad's just a couple years older.
And my parents actually just got back from Memphis and Nashville on like a music pilgrimage. Like
just going and seeing concerts and stuff like that?
Well, and like a lot of like the Sun Records and all those places.
Musica Historia.
Yes.
Gotcha. Are they into like bluegrass and country music that's like typical of Nashville, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there are a lot of artists out of like that area that they also specifically know.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like they had a really good time.
That's cool. I would love to go see some stuff like that. That's not necessarily like one of my favorite styles of music, but I do enjoy that like historical side of it. Old labels and things like that.
And they, I think they said they were in a studio that, I don't remember what he recorded there, but like sat in a chair that Johnny Cash like recorded something in.
Oh, very cool.
And like you know,
very cool.
Were and it's like the same. The place is the same since it
Those
was
are,
like the same equipment.
Right. It's all left.
And yeah,
those are always surreal experiences. I remember going
where
to
like this happened right here.
Yeah.
And like
and it's preserved.
Oh, my parents had like they didn't expect this, but they realized one of the hotels that they were in was near the Civil Rights Museum.
Oh, okay.
And so they were like, oh, well, it's like a block away.
Yeah.
So why don't we just go? And
that's in Nashville?
I don't remember if it was I think it was Memphis.
Memphis?
Because they got there and then they realized that they were like, this museum is the motel where Martin Luther King was assassinated. And like looking at the balcony where you see the pictures that are taken just before he gets shot. And they didn't expect this, and then they like sunk in as each of them realized like this is
where they were.
This is where like this crazy moment in like this crazy turbulent moment in history happened.
Yeah,
it was like right here, and that like they weren't expecting that, and all of a sudden it was just like thrust upon them.
Yeah, that's
and they
crazy.
said that was pretty moving.
Yeah, that sounds like it. That's pretty cool.
There is something about like having seen like an important moment in history, or like, and it doesn't matter what kind of history.
As close as possible to like stepping back in time.
Yeah, that's always
I don't remember
a cool thing.
Who it was, but I went on some like field trip or something somewhere, and we went through this house that was from the colonial era, like 1700s, and stuff was like preserved. And it's like, oh, here's so-and-so's bedroom. And you look in it and like...
Yeah, like Paul Revere's bedroom or something.
And it looks fake.
Yeah.
It looks fake because it's so old. And it looks like a movie set because everything looks so strange. And like
foreign.
Foreign and dilapidated and like bizarre. But it was like, oh yeah, here's George Washington's chair. And like, obviously it wasn't George Washington because I wasn't anywhere in like the 13 colonies, New England area. I don't remember where I was. I don't remember if it was somewhere in Dallas or if I was like, I don't know where else I would have been besides near Dallas. Or like going to like, you don't really get the same experience, unfortunately, going to the Alamo in San Antonio because it's like kind of bastardized.
Is it?
It's so small.
That always strikes me as something that's super bastardized.
Well, there's like a movie theater inside of it. The only really authentic experience you get is from the outside, and it's seriously in the middle of like a city square. Like, because you imagine the Alamo as being like in the middle of nowhere,
just in the desert.
Just in the middle.
That's what I always pictured.
That's what you always pictured in like the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's fucking tiny. Like when
wasn't there like 5 guys inside the Alamo? It was like
there was like
comical
supposed to be like 118 men.
Oh, really?
That died at the Alamo.
I'm thinking of like The Last Stand though, where like the last building or whatever, and it's just like a couple guys inside of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a story I'm familiar with, so don't quote me.
I'm pretty sure, according to the historical account, there was like 118 men.
Okay.
That defended and died at the Alamo. And we get to this thing on this field trip that we're in, to San Antonio, and you're in the middle of the city square. There's like shops everywhere and all this like modern looking stuff. And then there's just a random plot of grass with this tiny little church looking thing on it. And I thought it was supposed to be like a replica or like a representation of the Alamo.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, here's the Alamo. And I was like, oh, funny. It looks just like the Alamo. And then someone was like, no, that's the real Alamo. And I felt so cheated.
Yeah.
I felt so lied to. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, you could walk around the entire thing in like 15 seconds. It's tiny.
That's super small.
It's super small. Like, it was so weird. Like, I'm still not convinced that it's the real Alamo. Or like, you're telling me part of this didn't like get removed? Like, it's so small. It's insane. They say it's a church, right? Mm-hmm. It's seriously like the size of a church. Like a normal, like not even the size of like a normal church. It's tiny. It's like a little bit bigger than a house.
So we're gonna wait.
Is this guy really scary?
Yeah.
43. Has he got a strong weapon?
Some good stats.
Damn, dude. Look at his big old sword like, hey, Look how strong it is.
Yeah, he is. So it's a sword that uses
Whoa.
magic attack. And
So
can
does
attack
it use his
indirectly.
strength stat or his something else?
I think it uses his strength stat, but then acts as magic damage. So like it
So you
factors in
don't defend it
resistance.
with your defense, you do it with your res?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a powerful weapon.
So like, that could be scary. And he's also just really fast.
But he doesn't move
Nope.
in typical boss fashion. He just sits on his throne and wiggles back and forth until you get there.
Though that won't always be the case.
Oh, if we do finally get some movers, some shakers,
it'll be.
some influencers.
God. That's such a buzzword.
Influencers?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. It really just, I choke on it every time. It's very cringy.
Like a bunch of people coming up with that phrase. Like it's not a natural phrase. It's like a
No.
bunch of people in a boardroom deciding that that's a phrase.
Yeah.
And like, no,
Well, because there's so much
F off.
there's so much complaint about like kids' behavior being influenced by what they watch on YouTube and Instagram, what
Yeah.
they see. So they start calling these people influencers, like their goal is to affect the behavior of their audience
Yeah.
and viewership, which it isn't. Their goal is to capture their attention and retain it so that they can, make money.
Yeah.
But it's not to make them imitate them.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I guess maybe there are some crooked people out there where that is the case, but in general, but yeah, it's like the new replacement word for content creator,
Yeah.
which is still a cringy word or set of words.
YouTuber was fine.
Yeah, YouTuber is now like a lulz.
It's like a relic.
Yeah,
It doesn't even mean.
yeah. You don't call
anything.
anyone a YouTuber anymore. Last of the Mohicans.
Oh, there's a guy up
What
here.
is this guy doing up there? You got to go get him.
Oh, he's got a key.
Do you even need that door key?
I don't think so. You got all the
Yeah.
doors open.
But you have to kill him to beat the mission, right? Oh, there's
No, we
there's
just have
that
to
door.
seize the throne. Well, we have Rennick though. We good down
Oh,
here.
so there's more people in that room then that
There's
you haven't
one-
opened
I think
yet.
there's one more chest.
There's no guys in it?
There's a few guys you can see on the map there that I have.
Oh, well, no
Just a
spoilers,
couple.
Vaughn. Vaughn's got his PowerPoint up on the other TV
Yep.
with his notes. So he can note get killed.
Something that, like what you were saying, happened. Well, I think it was more genuine because I stumbled across it. It was in Boston.
Great band. That our dads
Not
could
bad.
connect on.
Yes. But so I'm just like walking around downtown Boston, and then like
Beantown.
there's like this kind of like tiled looking area with like a little thing that has, words on it, like you'd see
Like a plaque?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, wonder what that is. Walk up to it, and it's like in memory of X number of people who died at the Boston Massacre. And then it's like, this is where the massacre happened.
And you're suddenly just like, whoa.
and you're just like, yeah. And then you like see like the same like colonial government building that they haven't,
Yeah, I haven't touched. It would be crazy to
sitting
visit.
there.
I do want to visit the East Coast and see some of that stuff.
and it was pretty powerful. Like just the fact that I wasn't seeking it out, and it was,
Because that stuff is really
there.
well preserved.
yeah.
In like Boston and Philadelphia. Like they're so adamantly preserving that like infant American culture. Or I guess I should, maybe not the culture necessarily, but the history. Probably best that we don't preserve the culture of those times.
There were some undesirable.
There were some
aspects.
questionables.
Yeah.
There were some questionables without risking going into the wrong kind of conversation
Yeah.
on this show. Yeah, we'll leave that at that. But yeah, I'd like to visit there at some point. I definitely would never want to live in a place like Boston or New York or Philadelphia, but I did briefly look at a school that was in Philadelphia, actually. A music school. Forget what it was called.
Is it Eastman? No.
It wasn't like a big, well-known one.
Okay.
It was like a more intermediate school that I could have actually gotten into.
Okay.
Not like a prestigious conservatory or something.
Okay.
Where it's like, here's what you need to know to get in. And then I'm like, that's what I want to learn. That's what it was like when I went to UNT. I thought I wanted to go to UNT.
What's UNT?
University of North Texas.
Okay.
Because it's like a very prestigious music school.
Okay.
Mostly for jazz. They have this jazz ensemble at the school there that's called the 1 O'Clock Jazz Band, and they've played for like world leaders in other countries. They're like super well known in Musica Scholastica. And the campus there was really cool, and everything looked really great, and it's close to home, and wow, this is so perfect. And we visited like the basic campus, and I was totally sold. I was like, yeah, this looks great. This looks like a good blend between like the classic college experience, or like what my idea of the classic college experience is as someone who hasn't been to college yet and has seen, movies and everything, and has this idea of it. It looked like I was going to get all that because you have the whole Greek representation, and you have this large campus, and you have all these resources and amenities, and I was like, wow, this looks really great. And then we actually get to the music department building. It's like, okay, if you audition for the music department and you're accepted into it, this is where you'll spend a lot of your time. And we're walking through and looking at these classrooms, and these like hoity-toity parents are walking around with me and my mom, who are just kind of goofballs in the back of the group, like. And this like hoity-toity teacher, they go in to this classroom, and they've got the whiteboard with the staff lines on it and everything. And I'd never seen that before. And and he comes in, he's like, here's a little room where your son or daughter might have to get up in front of the class and perform their Lydian scales. And everyone like snickered except for me and my mom. And my mom like looked at me like, what's a Lydian scale? And I was just like, whoa, beats me. And we felt like freaking Max and Goofy, at the freaking
Max.
Yeah. And we're just like in the back of the group, like Charlie Bucket and his grandpa at the freaking Wonka tour, just goofing off and having a great time.
That was a legendary description.
That's what it felt like, man. And we're walking around looking at all this stuff, and they're talking about all this shit that I have no idea what it is. And all these other kids look like these like fully like parentally grown, like they're basically like pageant kids, but for music. Yep. They've like been trained for this their whole life, and they're going to be the next Yo-Yo Ma and blah, blah, blah.
Dude, 10K.
Holy smokes. We'll take that.
Yeah, we need that.
That's for the shop, baby.
Yo.
Taking it to the
secret
shop.
though, baby.
That secret shop.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
You ready?
If we ever beat this mission.
It's coming.
But anyway, we come to the end of this tour, and we actually go to talk to this like head department lady or whatever. She was a big up and coming person in the music department. And she was going to go over the audition requirements with me to tell me what I would need to know to audition for the music program. And she was also like interviewing me.
Yep.
And she knew that I was a guitarist. And right off the bat, she's asking me all these questions, and I quickly realized that you either have to be a classical guitarist or you have to be a jazz guitarist. And if you're anything else, you're not really a guitarist, and you should just go home. And so she was like, I was like telling her the things that I was interested in. I was telling her I was interested in like blues music and rock music. And she was basically like nicely saying like, you have no place here.
Yep.
And she handed me this piece of paper, and she was like, so here's all the things that are on the audition. And I'm looking at it, and it has this picture of like the circle of fifths, and it has like all these names of scales and stuff. And my eyes are getting huge.
Yeah.
And I literally just turned off my filters. My like 18-year-old awkwardness just turned off for a moment, and this like intense desire overwhelmed me. And I just put the sheet down, and I looked her right in the face, and I was like, this is what I want to learn. Where do I go to learn this?
You were already supposed to know that.
Yeah, and I'm already supposed to know this. I'm like, this is what I want to learn. And she's like, okay, well, you need to like hire a private teacher. And I'm like, and that wasn't the answer I wanted.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to go to school for this. And she's like, well, and basically told me like the school was too good for me. And that I needed to know all this stuff already because their program was so advanced.
Yeah.
Even though that stuff, knowing it now, was not necessarily advanced. But I literally didn't know anything about music theory, and that's what I wanted to learn. And that was how I ended up finding the school that I did. I was like basically Googling, how do I know the stuff that I need to know to get into other music schools? And here I am.
I've gotta say that was a very similar experience to the U's music school.
Yeah.
It's like everyone there has like, you know, they've been trained, like their parents have prepared them.
They're groomed
for this their entire life, and I come in as someone who's like a joke
interested,
compared to all this, and like the complete underdog, and like it's
intimidating,
really daunting. Yeah, and like breaking that mold when like everyone around you is like talking about like all these like strings that they buy and like all the, you know,
it's a big pissing contest everywhere you go. Every music
knows
school.
all of the same exact things and people and stores and like music, and then there's you, and you're just like I did not have the privilege of like knowing or having access to any of this growing up.
It's funny that we were in a completely different type of music scene
doing the same,
but
the same
that
thing.
Is exactly the same environment in all the other ones. Because like I got to music school and everyone's talking about all the same shit that they know, and like, oh yeah, I know that guy, and oh yeah, I'm this and I'm that, and oh yeah, me too, and everyone's just fucking blowing smoke.
Yep.
And I'm trying to be like the honest guy who inwardly is like, I don't know any of that shit, and I'm not gonna pretend to know any of that shit, so I'm just gonna have to say nothing, you know, and then people are gonna think that I'm some kind of goober, but then you realize that you have better work ethic than like 95% of the people there. But that was just a special quality of the music school that I went to.
Okay.
Yeah, you show up at a modern music school, you're gonna find a lot of fucking burnouts and almost burnouts.
Almost. What is the
smolderers?
What's the cutoff on that,
dude? Just a bunch of fucking wet towels. There was a cafe in the school where people used to hang out, and one of my friends used to call it the towel rack. It was fucking legendary.
That is legendary.
And we're like, why do you call it that? And he's like, oh, just a bunch of fucking wet towels laying around up there.
That's legendary.
I hope one day you get to meet Tanner. He's a great guy.
Hey, that's the end of the chapter music.
Literally the funniest person I've ever encountered in my whole life. This guy.
Have faith, Austin. We're almost.
We'll have him. We'll have him after you get to meet Wesley.
Okay.
So hopefully you'll someday meet Wesley and hang out, and hopefully someday you'll meet and hang out with Tanner too. I mean,
pretty much all of your friends that I've met I want to be my friends.
Well,
so
thanks, man.
That's pretty safe.
I'll take that as a compliment. I think we both have pretty good taste in people. I could say that about pretty much any of your friends that I've met.
That's a good thing. Good quality.
Yeah. Means we have similar tastes.
Yes.
Hence why we're friends. Yeah, one time we were playing cards with Tanner. We were over at my old apartment where me and Bracky used to live together. And I think Joel was there and Tanner was there. You know, it was like a dabber hangout.
Joel of Olympics.
Yes, Joel from Winter Olympics. We were
time to start killing this fricker.
The four of us were hanging out, and we were playing my card game that I made up. And it was back when we used standard cards. We're playing this fucking game, and because we're using standard cards, obviously you can see the backs of the cards, and you know they all have the same like pattern on them, the like bicycle or whatever it was. And you know we all have like our hands up because like our card hands, you know, you can see everybody's backs of their cards or whatever. And every once in a while we'd look over at Tanner, and out of fucking nowhere he would be slowly sliding this extra card up into his hand sneakily. that had
I think you've told me about
that
this.
had a completely different backing on it, and it was a Looney Tunes playing card, like 3 of diamonds with Elmer fucking Fudd on it. And he would just, like, every 5 minutes, he would sneak it into his hand.
And then you'd look up and
we'd look up and he'd just be sitting there with it, looking around like, nobody noticed, nobody noticed, nobody noticed. And we were just dying laughing.
That's amazing.
And, like, you know how on Facebook,
that's great.
on Facebook, you get those things where it's like, a year ago today, you did this. Mm-hmm. I got one that was from like 2 years ago that was a video clip of Tanner.
I saw this. And did you tag me in it? I wasn't sure what.
I don't remember.
I knew it was funny, but
it was
like,
him
I don't
doing
know
the
what this
Obi-Wan
is.
quote that me and Bracky always like to do.
Yep.
Of course I know him. He's me.
Just a ridiculous quote from Star Wars that it's always been funny to me.
All right, you're about to get a bomb.
And
hold up.
You? Could it be? Carlyle, how did this happen? You taught me how to wield a blade. You of all people. You returned. But now, it's too late. It's far too late.
So,
so he's the apprentice of Carlyle.
Yes.
Interesting. That's the bomb?
More to come.
More to come. Mordecai.
Oh.
So Tanner uploaded this video to my Facebook wall years ago, and then it does the thing where it's like, oh, you should reshare this from years ago today or whatever.
Look what happened on this date.
And Bracky commented on it and was like, remember that time when we were playing that game and you had that fucking Elmer Fudd card? And like 30 seconds later, Tanner posts a picture response with no text of him clearly at work
doing that,
holding the card in his hand.
No way.
Still in his fucking wallet.
That's fucking amazing.
He just keeps it in his wallet. It's fucking beat to shit, but you can still see Elmer Fudd's fucking face on it. And we just died.
That's beautiful.
He's the funniest guy I've ever met. I don't think he's ever watched the show, but Tanner, if you're ever watching the show, fucking love you, man. Miss you. He's from Missouri. He
still fucking has the
back. He keeps it in his wallet for no fucking reason.
Why?
Because he's fucking the funniest guy ever. He's the funniest guy ever. It's the only reason I can give you for that behavior.
Oh god, that's great.
And like he's one of those guys that like can like you can do the same thing that he did, but him doing it is 10 times funnier than you doing it. And you can't really explain why. Mm-hmm. Like there's just certain things that he does that wouldn't be funny if other people did them or wouldn't be anything extraordinary. But him doing them is just fucking legendary.
Where is Rennick? Oh, he's up. Okay.
Dude, you got peeps everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't surround this guy, can you? You can only attack him from the front?
Well, he's got the wind sword, which...
Right, but I mean,
so
you can't actually stand anywhere but in front of him, right? You can't stand...
Right, yeah, these pillars. Unless someone, a flyer can...
You could do like a diagonal.
Nah, yeah, you can do a diagonal, but we don't really want to be in his range anyways, because he's scary.
He's Danger Mouse.
Well, see, he's even got a really high crit chance. 16.
16? Yeah.
16's not... We don't want that.
It's not as high as Joshi.
No.
But
see, this is... We'll do some magic to him.
Yeah, so he can't hit you back.
Lute is really good against magic, so...
How's his res? Whoa. He just wanted the 2 of them?
Him and the queen.
Oh, he's in love with the queen. That's right.
Yep.
Oh, he can hit you back.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
This is sick.
It looks like the green cutter weapon from Kirby.
Interesting. Okay, so... I think... It does magic damage from a distance.
Oh, and physical from
up close.
Direct.
So he's way more dangerous in a head-on counter.
Oh, because
attack.
His magic stat isn't as high as his physical.
Yeah, and I think
strength.
I wonder if it doesn't allow for critical hits
in the range.
In the ranged version, because the critical hit rate was 0.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you must be right about that then.
Interesting.
We're
almost there, guys. Hang in there.
This really is a 3-episode mission. Wow,
yeah.
This is a big one.
It's a big one.
But it wasn't hard.
No, it wasn't.
It seemed very
Not
manageable.
Too tense. Yeah, that should be fine.
That's kind of nice. 3 bows for Naomi.
Yeah, just carrying around 3 casually.
Yeah. All just raises the sword up and all that shit happens.
Dude,
I was just trying to get the ceiling fan going.
I wish I could evoke that kind of power.
Right? Dude, I had a sweet idea. I had a
attack.
Sweet idea
just
for
put your sword up, attack
for an RPG system.
Yeah.
So like one of my dreams is to make a game. You know
Yep.
this. And I have many cool
episode whatever of Dark Cloud. We talk about that. I think.
Well, and I have many ideas that I will not share because I do hope to actually implement them one day.
Okay.
But I'll go ahead and share this one in the hopes that maybe somebody will steal it from me and use it just because I'd like to see it in practice.
Okay.
But I was thinking of like a, in a typical game like this or Final Fantasy, you have elementals and they have a relationship, right? Like water's good against fire, fire's good against grass, all that kind of Pokemon-esque shit. But I was thinking about a game that's kind of like Earthbound, where it's like a little bit, it's a little bit more real world, and there's like this like kind of fourth wall breaking practicality to things, where it's like, you use a baseball bat to hit street signs and dogs. It's like, it's like realistic isn't really the right word, but it's like more familiar, I guess. And I was thinking, what if there was a game where like there were monsters, like in Final Fantasy or this or something like that had the elemental magical type powers like fire and water and ice and stuff like that. But then the human characters that you played as in the game didn't possess those magical qualities. And so instead of the relationship being from element to element, it was from element to materials. So like your characters would have weapons and armor that were made out of different materials like plastic, wood, and metal and leather. And then each one of those materials would have a different kind of like rock, paper, scissors relationship with the elements.
Okay.
So like
interesting.
Your plastic weapon is weak against fire because it would melt. But then your plastic weapon is good against water because nothing happens to plastic and water. But then your metal equipment could be resistant to fire up to a certain intensity, but weak against water because it would rust.
Damn it.
And you're got this like rock, paper, scissors type relationship. And then maybe wood could be like a wild card where it's like a certain amount of fire could strengthen the wood, and then a higher amount of it would damage it beyond repair. But then maybe after maybe if your wood equipment got hit with water, it would absorb the water and then become resistant to fire or something like that. And you could have some really sweet, like...
That's interesting.
Really, like, strategic...
And, like, layered.
In-depth, layered relationships between, like, your equipment. It's like, I'm going to fight this water guy to imbue my equipment with water properties.
Damn it.
So that I can stand up to this fire guy later on. You keep missing this guy?
Yeah, we might need to, like...
Dodge Ram over here,
a little bit, and then we'll get him down.
Now we can do this, dude.
We can do this.
We can do this. Look at this crowd in here.
It's about to get more crowded.
Freaking Hulk Hogan's book signing. Everybody clamoring in to get a signature. Sitting on his throne back there.
Oh god, that's great. We're gonna maybe use barrier on Joshua.
Joshua.
Yep.
George Gershua. Most talented assassin / songwriter of our generation.
Excuse me?
A very rare combination of trades.
What did you just say?
He's the most decorated songwriter / assassin of our time.
What does that mean?
George Gershua?
Okay, I thought you were saying that George Gershwin was an assassin. I was like, what don't I know about?
I was combining George Gershwin with Joshua.
Yep. Josh Gershwin?
Josh Gershwin. That's Josh Groban and George Gershwin. Combined together. Singer-songwriter Josh Gershwin. Josh Gershua. Excuse me.
Critical hit.
Oh.
Miss.
And I apologize in advance to all the viewers because I don't feel like photoshopping those together at this moment. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but probably not. Those are hard. Time consuming.
I do commend the effort though.
Thanks, man. It does kind of suck when you spend like an hour making something that appears on the screen for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
But it is nice to go back through that folder every once in a while and just look at all the crazy shit
that you've made in there.
Because anything you guys have ever seen pop on the screen for like 5 seconds is saved and exists somewhere in a file folder on a hard drive. So I don't know if that excites you or if you hate those and just wish they would get off the screen.
They're just like waiting for it to go away.
It'd be amazing if like there was somebody who watched our show religiously and every time something popped up on the screen, they were like, oh,
get that out of here.
But they still stomached it all and kept watching. If you're out there, that person, we commend you.
Oh, wow.
Got
20% hit rate and a hit.
Good job, Naomi. She didn't get one of her insane crits, though.
She gets a lot of crits.
Dude, she's had so many recently. It's been wild and bizarre.
All right, Joshua, crit.
Oh, you're hoping for him to crit on the counter. And he's healing 4 damage every turn, too?
Yep.
What a turd.
Yeah!
Yeah, dude!
There we go.
That'll help a lot.
That's a dent.
Dude, you called it. You 8-ball corner pocketed it.
Dude, have you seen, there's like this crazy, there's this, I don't know what kind of pool it is, but this guy clears, he like the other person doesn't get a chance to shoot, and he just like clears the whole table in like in incredible fashion.
Wow.
Like, and it's just like
2 pro players or just like
2 pro players like at a tournament, like a high level, high money tournament.
Yeah.
And the other guy doesn't even get a chance to like shoot. He just,
I mean, you would think that would happen like somewhat regularly.
Well, but I think
like if you get a decent break,
yeah,
and you're a fucking world-class pool player.
But I think the point was that he had a bad break. Like it was a
and he
somehow came
like
back
one lucky shot with a great setup, and then was just able to like
bunch of
continuously set him up. Yeah, that's
and like I had no idea what was going on, but I knew it was like, oh, this is cool.
Pool is
whatever's happening.
A really fun sport. It is kind of like golf to me, in the spectator fashion, where like at a really high level, it's actually kind of boring to watch.
Golf is,
and pool, at like a very high level, because it's like, oh,
like,
yep, he hit the ball and it went in the hole. Yeah. Like, you know, like watching professional golf is like incredibly boring.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, yep, of course, it's right next to the hole. Oh, yep, right in the fairway. Oh, yep. You know, it's just like, it's too good. There's no like
hit.
There's no like variables or anything.
God.
Yeah, this guy's dodging
Dude,
everything.
is the sidestep master.
And pool's kind of the same way.
You want to hit me, but no,
But either one of those sports, like if I'm playing it, it becomes very interesting and fun. And there's like a lot that I'm thinking about and considering, and it feels strategic, and I feel a sense of competition with the people I'm playing against, but not spectating. And they're similar for me in that way. Forgot there were gummy worms down here.
Oh, give me some of those. We got them hidden sneakily in the couch.
Some fresh, soft trolley bright crawlers. These sour brights. Classic. Classic. She's a classic.
It's good stuff.
Sour worms, baby. And I don't know how they decided upon the whole two-tone thing. Where like half of it's one color, half of it's the other color, and then there are different flavors.
As far as I know, I've always seen them like that.
They've always been that way, but whatever, even like regular gummy worms are like that. But whatever possessed them to do that, thank you.
Yeah, you're a fan.
Well, yeah, because like each side of the worm is its own individual flavor, so you can experience it that way. But then each whole worm is like a flavor combination that you can experience as one flavor. Because you usually eat a whole worm at a time.
There we go.
Like this one's red and yellow, and I think it's like lemon and cherry or strawberry, you know, and then you have this like cherry lemonade flavor that you can experience all at once. What's your favorite of the gummy worms? Because there's yellow red, and then there's the blue pink or blue red, and then there's the green orange.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really known the finer points of the flavors of in the gummy worms.
Well, Vaughn, why don't you right now
let's try one of
taste each one and give us a little review. So what do you got first here?
Let me get
this is blue red. Blue red.
And down the hatch.
Does it have the flavors on here? Okay, so the blue red is strawberry grape. Apparently the blue is grape.
Okay, I'm digging that for sure.
Yep, that's pretty good. I just had the same one.
Another crit, Joshua.
Oh yeah, it's definitely grape.
Joshua's a
taste it
legend.
now.
Okay, no.
Which one are we tasting next here, Vaughn? The red yellow.
Oh, he
Kill a
got a
Fellow?
crit. Ooh, that was bad.
So this is cherry lemon. I was right.
Just happy music and then just a grueling boss battle.
Yeah,
the whole time.
It's a grind. Life is a highway.
You want to ride it all night long?
Thoughts on the second tasting? Red and yellow.
Definitely liked the grape in the first one better.
Okay.
Okay, Joshua has to get rescued, so we're gonna do a long bow shot.
That guitar pick slide.
Yeah.
Are we gonna taste our final flavor here, Vaughn?
Yes.
The
This
green,
is
the green and orange
this
one is orange lime.
orange lime. That's a combination I've not seen much. Okay, we want to leave Joshua there, so we'll heal him
Gummy worms, baby.
with a mend. We'll make amends.
No one expected you to say that.
Not a single person in the audience.
All right, Vaughn, you've tasted all three gummy worm combinations.
I think a grape. Whichever one had
The
a grape.
red blue, that
Yeah.
one's your favorite. The orange green is definitely my favorite because orange and lime are my two favorite flavors of Sour Patch Kids.
Okay.
The green and the orange. So it's kind of just like that, except bright crawlers aren't quite as sour as Sour Patch Kids, so they're a little easier to eat.
Yeah.
They're also softer and not as prickly on the outside. But yeah, I'm all about that orange lime gummy worm,
rescue
folks.
her.
And the red blue one would actually rank third for me.
Okay.
I like the lemon one better than that one too. I'm not a big fan of artificial grape, so it's kind of an instant lose for me.
Ah. Well, we're allowed to have different opinions.
I
on
love
this
it.
show.
We are allowed. We welcome discussion. Oh,
All right, Joshua.
Speaking of discussion, I got to call out the flat earthers for a second here.
Oh.
There was did you see that post I had a while back where I polled the masses and I said, would you pay tax dollars to send flat earthers into space so that they could see the planet from a distance for themselves?
To prove it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that they could see one way or the other if the planet is a floating disk or a sphere. And the responses were wonderful. Most people just flat out said yes, which just speaks to the level of frustration that we experience. But
13.
we kind of resulted in like a funny scenario, and me and David S. from the Gamers Rhapsody scene, who's become kind of a buddy of ours, or more of a buddy, I should say. We've been hanging out with him a little bit. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
He was at the housewarming party.
He was a star. Maybe we'll get him on the show at some point. Don't know if he'd be interested in that. I'll have to ask him.
I can see that.
Yeah,
See him being interested.
but he and I got like started as a joke conversation stemming from that post into like an actual conversation sort of.
Yeah.
Where we were like discussing a business venture and how we would like make a business out of sending
that.
flat earthers into space to see the planet. And we're like, we'll call it Globe Tours Inc. And we were just imagining how like the tour guide and the space shuttle is like,
And if you'll look to your left, you'll see that the planet is actually a sphere and not a floating disk.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Can you imagine though? Can you imagine some like bullheaded flat earther like actually going into space, seeing the planet is a sphere, and then some way trying to like deny it?
I could see that. There's a lot of people that are just
Yeah.
like that. That's their personality, you know.
I didn't see nothing up there. It was a TV. They just had a
They had a TV.
They just had a projected image of space. God, I was actually in a dark room, still on the surface of the planet. It was all elaborate simulation. to further the globalist narrative. They'd come up with something.
I don't remember.
That's when you jettison them into free space on a tether.
You have a button and just eject them.
Yeah. All right, we're going to send you out into free space since you're still refusing to believe. Then you really couldn't deny it. You know, you could see it through a shuttle window and still maybe think it was not there. But if they put you out into free space
and you're still denying,
and you're looking around 360 degrees and you're seeing the true definition of nothing, I cannot imagine what that would feel like. Imagine the sensation of being on a boat and being able to see nothing but water in all directions, and then amplify that sensation.
Nothing but nothing.
Yeah,
in all directions.
amplify that sensation to like the nth degree.
Yeah, well, that was good.
Nice. She's getting some good rolls here lately. But that's not to say I wouldn't love to experience that. It would be such a privilege to be able to actually go into space and see the planet.
Just to go into space, I think.
Yeah, I mean, for any reason.
Yeah.
But seriously, if all I got to do was just go up, look at the planet, and come straight back, I would...
There we go.
Well, that was nice.
Okay.
That was a good hit. Is that the first one that's hit?
That's the first... I switched spells to a stronger spell.
Oh, okay. Cool. Because, yeah, that looked very substantial.
Yeah, that was Elfire.
But yeah, that would be an incredible privilege. Just that. Like, I don't need to go on a mission. No. I don't need to stay in some fancy space hotel. I don't need to do like a simulation or live on a space station. Just the privilege of seeing free space. Is that empty?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Vaughn just put his foot in the fire.
There's a little bit on the floor.
There's a big ball of fire 2.0 and Vaughn just jammed his heel into it.
So
gotta kill this vibe on.
One thing about
please.
God damn it. One thing about flat earthers.
Yes.
So people have made models of what. Okay, so if the Earth's a disc, right?
Which of course it is.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Of course.
Hit.
God, this guy has got to go. This is the most annoying boss by far we've encountered in this game.
Yeah.
Thanks for making this a 1 hour special, Carlyle. Howdy doody.
Like, let's just say
Christmas episode.
that yes, it is a disc.
Okay. Which it is.
People have stretched so far to like make models that show that how the sun is like a flashlight and not so it doesn't radiate.
The sun is also a disc.
It doesn't radiate light in every direction. Well, it could be a disc, but it shines its light
in a beam,
concentrated beam, and so that it only covers a certain portion of the globe at all times. And it's like, so all the stars are.
Did you just call it a globe, Vaughn?
Oh, sorry. It's disc
of the plate.
Yeah,
the dinner plate that is our planet.
The sad dinner plate. Like, it's just like, how.
It's harder to explain.
How hard could you bend?
It's harder to explain than the globe.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious in and of itself.
Like, how far they're going to like try to create these insane models.
But Vaughn, haven't you seen the video of the guy holding the ball and pouring water on it and it not staying on the ball?
That was a meme though, wasn't it?
No, I don't know if it was a meme, dude. But
I was hoping that was a meme.
I really hope it was a meme because I fucking died inside.
Just
when
like
I saw
the way
that.
he was doing it, it seemed like it had to have been for lols.
This goes back to that thing I was talking about in previous episodes where people take up a viewpoint as a troll, but then people don't know it's a troll.
Yeah.
They get trolled.
Are you familiar
and then
with
it furthers that narrative?
Are you familiar with Pupinia?
Pupinia.
Pupinia.
No, I am not familiar with Pupinia.
She's the person.
By the way, side note, missed opportunity that it's not Poopenia. Pupinia.
That would be pretty funny. God.
End side note. He's got more health.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
This sucks.
You gotta kill him.
All right, we're sending in Joshua one more time.
And you can't bum rush him because you got one spot to use.
And like 80% of our cast isn't strong enough.
How many rescue characters do we have? 1, 2?
A bunch. We have like 3 at least.
Is there a way we can like send somebody in, rescue, send somebody in, rescue to get like 3 hits in a row?
Not without risking
People's
dying.
lives.
Yeah.
Joshua's the only one that could stand up to him?
One of them, yeah. Because most other people will get doubled because he's a sword master.
He's fast.
He's super fast.
Okay, so it has to be a speed character. Cormag can't do it?
Cormag, well, no, because he has the wind sword, which doubles as wind magic, which is super effective
really
against
good against
flyers.
Cormag.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
So
that's
we
why
just,
we can't
like,
use
die.
Tana either. Otherwise, Tana would be great.
So would Cormag and Tana just like die in one hit because of the wind magic?
Probably.
Fuck. So he can choose to use the wind magic even if it's a direct attack? Or does it have to be one tile away for him to use that?
So, interestingly, I think the
Because he
wind...
just used it.
Yeah, the wind...
And you're
Did
right
he?
in front of... Yeah, he just...
Maybe he chooses it, yeah.
Or wait, no, he didn't. He didn't do it.
He did the attack.
Yeah, so
Okay.
if you're right in front of him, can he still use the wind?
Yes, because I checked, and it was still flashing with the special effectiveness.
But did he actually use it? Maybe the game's smart enough to know which thing he'll use, and it just makes it flash because it knows the relationship between the characters.
That could be. That's an interesting thought. But I know there's only one way to test that, and that's
Like
to risk
the game
dying.
would know, oh, this person's weak against fire, and this is a fire character, but would it know if the thing actually had a fire spell or not? That kind of thing.
Hit.
Come on, baby. God. This is brutal.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
so you're using Lute because she has high res.
She has high res and has
Josh
the
has high
potential to do.
speed.
Yeah.
And then Tethys is just dancing her ass off.
Yep.
Staying in shape.
She's dancing for everyone.
Dude, I have not played a lot of RPGs with like dancer characters, but I definitely have a new respect for that after playing the Octopath Traveler demo.
Oh yes.
Because the girl who's the dancer character in that actually has a really, really cool backstory that I got super absorbed in a freaking 2-hour demo. And I was super impressed.
So is it time limited like that, or is it like...
It's not time limited.
Okay.
There's no time limit. You could grind all the way to level 99 in that demo if you really wanted to. Or 100 or whatever it goes to. But there's a certain limit to the amount of things that you can do.
Okay.
Like as far as the storyline of it and like boss fights and things like that. But you could just grind random encounters for days if you wanted. In typical RPG fashion. That game's gonna be so sick.
Looked cool.
I'm really excited for it.
You said it's the same people who made
Bravely Default and Bravely
Default.
Second, yeah. As far as I know, it's pretty much the exact same team.
Holy.
I'd have to
That's
research to see if there's any differences, but I'm pretty sure it's the exact same team. Because I don't think they're working on like a third Bravely game right now.
Okay, someone who gets attacked, land a hit.
Please. His health is going up.
Yeah.
We didn't do any damage that last turn. Miss.
13, come on.
Come on, Lute.
Fuck.
We need that to hit because it's the most damage we've done.
Yeah.
Too bad there's no X accuracy in this game.
Oh, to just up it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So
now
you
Joshua...
You gotta move her out to get healed.
See, the problem
well,
is...
she can't get hit from... Oh yeah, she can. She just did.
The problem is every time we use barrier...
Crit.
No, she can't crit.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
He must have enough luck.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, luck reduces their crit chance,
Okay.
as well as their hit chance in general.
That makes sense. I'm sure we went over that. I just forgot.
I guess I'll use another barrier. Because
Does that just increases defense?
his magic resistance.
Oh, okay.
So every time we do that, it puts it up to 12. But 12 is barely enough to ensure that a critical hit from Carlyle won't kill Joshua. So every next turn, it goes one lower, and then he would kill. So we have to keep
the barrier strength goes down
with time.
gradually?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, that was good that missed.
Yeah.
At least. Fuck, man.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Is there like a generally accepted like Achilles heel to this guy, or is it always supposed to go like this? Is there like
when I practiced this, it took like a minute. Like I got
this is
two
taking
lucky,
like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I got like 2 lucky hits, and then he was dead.
Wow.
Like instantly.
This is ridiculous, though.
Yeah, this is insane.
Come on.
Fucking hell.
39 should be hitting a lot more often.
Yeah, she's hit once, and we've definitely tried it. Like
you guys are starting to
10
see
times.
the probability factoring that we were talking about earlier in the series, where it's like, oh, 39%, or you'd think it's going to happen, like roughly 1 in 4, 1 in 3 times, but it's like, well, every time there's only a such and such % chance, and that can just mean it never hits.
Yeah.
Because it's a low % chance every time. Welcome to the nature of probability.
Yes.
Even though, yes, I do remember that those aren't exactly percentages. But
yeah,
that's just how I interpret them.
Yeah.
To help me.
That's what I interpret them as
roughly
too.
Gauge. But it's more of like it's not an even slope, right?
Dude, Tethys is putting in work.
She really is. She's gonna have some major blisters.
Pretty sure she had
her
like
feet.
22 health when this mission started, and it's gone up 6.
She's leveled up like 5 times from all her dances.
Land.
Please.
Fuck.
God. We're literally losing progress by the turn.
Wait, did we break his sword?
He's used it so many times.
Well, okay, now we can.
So can he not attack?
No holds barred.
He
Yeah,
can't
we
attack?
can just put whoever we want up there.
Oh, thank God.
But he still heals.
That's okay. We're gonna kill him in this turn, dude. Frickin' Cormag.
That has never happened. I've never seen him literally have no weapon.
That is fucking trash. Suck it, dude.
We're just gonna attack with everything.
Yeah, and hopefully we can fucking hit,
Cormag, what do you got?
dude.
12%? No.
12%.
Okay, 26 is better.
Come on, Ford. Oh my God. Is this guy covered in coconut oil? How does he dodging all this shit on his... He's sitting on a throne. Is he in like a spinny office chair? Getting whipped around like a Beyblade? How's he dodging all this shit? This is garbage. Fucking die.
Dude, we have gotten horrible luck with Lute, though.
How is she just sitting there?
We've used her like 12 times with this spell
way
and
more than
landed
12.
one hit.
Way more than 12.
This is insane.
This is fucking stupid.
There we go, 1. But that's still...
He still has more health than he did last turn. God.
Dude, we got him down to like 10, like 6 turns ago, so...
There's probably players that use this guy to grind. You could just like program a macro. Oh, 1 experience every time. Just let him keep healing himself. Figure out like the perfect amount of damage to do to him every turn.
At least I think everyone's weapon levels go up even if you miss.
Are we risking like breaking people's weapons with all these attempts?
No, it
only goes down if he hits.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we're good there.
Hit.
Please.
Wow.
Just...
I'm gonna have to come back to this and calculate the probability of her missing that many times.
Oh my God, dude. It's gotta be in like...
Unbelievably low. It has to be.
He's making a profit.
Yeah.
He's making a profit on health. I love how his sword breaks and we can go no holds barred on him and we still are losing. Just
Jesus.
The improbability of this scenario. Like a guy sitting in a chair, surrounded, and people are swinging swords at him, and they're just like hitting rocks and shit. Like
he's just like, nope.
He's like freaking... He's like flubber.
Oh my God.
He's like flubber up in here.
Am I gonna have to use a stat boosting item
This
like
is
in the middle of a
insane.
mission to do this?
Well, how would that even help you?
Well, because we have one that'll increase skill, which will increase hit rate.
This episode's turning into a feature-length film. God damn.
We've been on the boss for 40 minutes.
This is unreal. Fucking die. Oh my God. The best accuracy we can get is 39. Surely one of our characters can do better than that.
If we use a weaker weapon, yeah. If
Well, at least we'll
like
fucking
something
hit
that'll
him.
do 1 damage or something.
At least we'll fucking hit him.
Maybe we could try that.
Who else we got?
We can. Okay, let's figure out who has the most skill
Okay.
and give them the most accurate weapon.
Yeah, we gotta. We gotta fix something here.
12.
This approach is broken.
So Joshua's super high.
Looking for high skill.
Rennick is pretty good.
Yeah, Erica. Ford.
Oh, Ford is pretty good. Yeah, Joshua
Tom.
and Ford are our 2 highest.
Okay. Erica wasn't too shabby though.
What does she have? Does she
like-
have a...
She got a killing edge.
Oh, Rapier. Rapier could be good. Let's try that.
Come on, Erica.
Rapier has a 2. What's killing edge? God.
28 crit though. So if it was a hit, it'd have a really good shot of being a crit.
Rennick, what do you got? Garbage.
No crit.
7. 7 at 40. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
There, thank you, Garrick.
If we can at least do that every turn,
Yeah.
he'll stop gaining health.
Yeah. If someone can get land a hit every turn.
Yes!
There we go. Fucking Christ.
This guy is a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, man. There's just a pile of spears behind him. There's just a pile of spears that are all smoldering with the mist fireballs. Big pile of arrows bouncing off this stone, like echoing across this throne room. Just dozens of spears.
Yeah.
This is fucking ridiculous.
There's so much shit back there.
Oh my god. There's a full armory. There's like no explanation for why this guy would be able to dodge this well.
I mean, he's
While sitting on a throne.
a sword master.
He's in like a fucking hover round motor scooter and he's like
like a Segway.
yeah, he's on a Segway.
Ah!
Yes. Fuck you, dude.
Get the fuck off the screen, Carlyle.
Oh my god. 2 levels. Oh.
Dude, Lute's almost maxed. We have to...
She's almost maxed. Oh yeah,
18.
20 is max, right? She's looking good.
Her stats are
And
pretty
I don't
great.
just mean her sprite.
Okay, Erica, get the fuck on this
Oh
throne.
my god.
Yeah, 7 hours later,
Jesus
Kalik
Christ.
is interrogating the
Whoa,
queen.
what's about to go down here?
He's looking for the sacred stone.
Yeah, both of them.
Nice. She is pretty.
She looks very elegant. But also like kind of evil because of the red hair and red eyes. Mm-hmm. Oh man, when we went to the theme park over the weekend, it was their like beginning of their like haunt season. Mm-hmm. So like after like 6 o'clock or whatever, all these people come out that are dressed up like zombies and stuff.
Shut up, Prince. I love how he just addresses him as Prince.
Prince, yeah.
And like as his name.
Yeah.
Not as like his title.
The soldier
Or, like,
formerly known
my
as,
lord,
as Lion.
My Lord Prince. He's just like,
He does have
I love
purple
that.
hair. But yeah, it was the haunt season at the park, and there were people with like
and she's dead.
creepy costumes and shit, and they just can like walk up to whoever and just like they're not allowed to like touch anybody, but you know they'll like spook you around the corner, or they'll
Yep.
just like follow you for a little while just to kind of like creep you out. It was really weird. I'd never been around anything like that before because I don't ever go to like haunted houses or anything.
Or like Valley Scare.
Yeah, I don't go
Yeah.
to any of that kind of stuff, but some people get really into it. It's kind of funny to see them. And they hyped it so hard. Mm-hmm. There's like all this like spooky music playing throughout the park throughout the day. And right when you come in the park, there's normally this like big fountain.
Are they just playing, what was it? Quip, or... What were the Steam games we played?
Quiplash?
Yeah, was it just Quiplash, the theme on loop?
No. It was like original music composed
Right.
for the event.
But one of those games had like a spooky sounding, like Scooby-Doo-esque.
Yeah, it did have like a very
Song
like
to it.
Scooby-Doo, gypsy jazz kind of like sneaky music.
So we finally got the fucking throne.
But yeah, they had this fountain right inside.
Oh.
They had a fountain right inside the entrance, and they had the water dyed red to look like blood.
Oh.
And there were like skeletons and stuff like sticking out of it, like it was like acid.
Oh.
It was actually
like it melted them.
right when you walk in the place.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, damn. It was actually like pretty stark looking, and there's like this creepy music playing.
So I think this is the first time these two have interacted since the war started.
Oh, okay. So they're reunited.
Yeah, so Lion's essentially saying,
Yo, girl. Come get at this girlish
he's saying,
bod.
I'll tell you everything someday,
Yeah.
but it's
Over-
all because of me, is what he's saying.
He's saying that this whole thing is his fault.
Because he couldn't stop it, yeah.
Oh, he's taking that blame.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's hitting on her.
Lion. Lie on me.
Yeah. Too weak to stop it. Oh, that's sweet, though.
Dude, friend zoning himself.
Yep.
What
And then he
idiot.
leaves.
Oh, just teleport.
Yep. Gone.
Freaking space ghost noise. Yeah, wow.
Dude, that's
he's
the power of magic.
He's magic. That's the power of magic.
Don't need money. Don't need fame.
Joe Joshua. Do you like the song?
No. Revelations.
Oh, Seth?
No, she's Joshua's mom.
Oh. Wait, I thought that was the queen.
That is the queen.
Did she just die?
Well, Kayla just stabbed her and left.
Oh, so she's like dying.
She's dying.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's his mom.
Is Seth
He's
like the estranged cousin? Is like all the red hair, red eye
I'm
people
not sure
are
why.
related?
Well,
Seth's
it's
just creeping up on ladies like he usually does.
yeah. It looks like they're making it look like he's like propping her up,
Yeah, that's probably what it's supposed to be.
but
But he's creeping. Breathing down her neck as she's dying.
My queen. You're so beautiful.
A dark stone in
Yeah,
my
so-
gallbladder.
so yeah, Joshua is the Prince of Johanna.
Oh, so he just found out he's like a heir.
No, he knew, and he left.
Oh, Joshua
He's
knew.
been missing for like
Oh, he kind
10
of
years.
fled from his lineage.
yeah. Like he didn't want it,
Wow.
but now he feels like he couldn't stop this because he wasn't here.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
We should get hats
But
like
we just
that.
got a sweet sword.
Adhulma
Yeah.
for Joshi.
Oh, he'll be using it. Yeah.
Excalibur.
So
Is
those
that a
are the
spell?
Yeah. Those are
Wow.
the sacred twins, like weapons from Johanna.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, he just left.
Yeah. I had grown tired of the normality of palace life. What a classic trope. Frickin' cabin fever, royal brat. Wants to get out and see the world. Well, I guess
he definitely did go into like poverty.
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say-
like actually lived that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the classic trope is that once they get out, they realize that they hate it.
He lived it.
Yeah.
So at least props
He,
for that.
he embraced it.
Yeah.
Props, Joshi. Dude, we finally beat this fucking
Yeah.
mission.
That took
Frickin' trilogy.
so long.
What's the name of this
And
mission? The chapter. Do you remember?
The
So we know what to call the trilogy.
Queen of White Dunes or something like that.
Yeah. Pre-order your copy
Yeah, Queen of White Dunes.
Queen of White Dunes VHS 3-pack now on fuck, what's an old shopping website? I can't think of one.
Fire.
Fire? What? Oh, that kind of fire.
Yep. You're fired.
Yeah.
Erica's fired.
I thought he meant like he was
Joshua's the
he
new-
was like leading a unit and they were gonna just fire a cannon like right into our ranks. Like fire!
It's just
Yeah.
comes up with like a Splatoon gun.
Yeah, dude. Just starts inking
Shooting
everybody.
ink. Oh, everything is on fire. Okay. We need to evacuate the building. There's a fire for
And desert.
Yep.
The White Dunes. Did anyone get left behind? Yes, I did.
Yes. Speak now if we
Yeah,
left you
speak
behind.
now if you were left behind. Princess Innis. Another royal brat.
Yeah, he's cool though.
Oh, he is cool.
Capable at least.
And Josh isn't a brat.
yeah.
He's just royal.
All right, so this is one thing where we don't have time to do anything in between. It just goes right in the next.
Oh man.
So once we get to the save screen eventually,
The exhaustion of our troops. Yeah, you're telling me, Seth.
the exhaustion
God.
of this 4-hour-long
Freaking
mission.
Carlyle. What if like we found out that we had been like delayed and he was like a diversion?
Carlyle was?
Yeah. To like make us spend a bunch of extra time while they accomplish something else.
Like in-game?
Yeah. That would be,
if they like actually looped that into the
that
story.
would be super meta.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next week on the show.
This is it. ... What happens? Who knows?
At the end of this episode.
I think it's a double ellipses.
Freaking dough eyes.
Is it a dub?
It is a double.
What's that mean?
Doubly long pause. I don't know. Well, next week on the show, a new mission.
Yes.
Finally.
Thank goodness. No Carlyles. This one will probably be a fast burn.
God.
I think.
I sure hope so. Well, we'll see you then. Until then, there will be some Champions of Norath on Wednesday and some GoldenEye on Friday. Pretty sure we're still wrapping that one up.
Yep.
And stay
Shooting
tuned for
stuff.
a stream
Pow pow.
at the end of the month on Twitch. We'll be playing some games, drinking some gross sodas. You can say hi.
Oh, shit. I forgot the secret shop.
It was in that mission?
Yeah.
What? Oh, Vonnie.
This one later.
Oh, Vonnie.
A minor setback.
Wow. All right.
A moderate setback.
Significant setback at Vaughn.com. Send an email. All right. And yeah, hit us up on Twitter. Check out the snack log.
Instagram.
That's where we keep all the snacks and sodas for you.
Streams.
Yeah.
All that good
I
stuff.
think we've covered it all. Until then,
We'll see you in whatever you watch next.
yeah, y'all do some
That's
some
up to you.
well-doing.
You pick, and we'll be there.
Yeah. Can't wait to see you.